16th and 17th centuries, the city of Iznik became one of the most important tile production centers in the world. Today, whichever museum we look at, I mean the major museum in the world, like the Louvre, like the Metropolitan, like the British, whichever, there is always going to be some Iznik tiles or Iznik ceramics there. So Iznik tiles reached its climax in the 16th and 17th centuries. In many of the mosques today, like the Blue Mosque, like the Süleymaniye Mosque, like the Rüstem Pasha Mosque, many others, the Topkapı Palace and many others, they always use the Iznik tiles.
Hello everyone, my name is Afiqah Auni binti Azmi, and I today will presenting my project titled The Intricacies of Iznik Ceramic Composition within Islamic Aesthetic. This project explores how the formal characteristics of Iznik ceramic produced during the Ottoman period align with the spiritual and visual values of Islamic art. I was especially interested in how composition, motif, colors, and technique were used not just for decoration but to reflect deeper meanings in Islamic aesthetic. Iznik ceramic flourished in 16th century Ottoman Turkey, blending influence from Central Asia, Islamic art, and Chinese porcelain. They were known for vibrant underglaze painting and detailed composition. In terms of composition, I found four main types. First, symmetrical, which is balanced and mirrored on both sides. Second, unicentric, centered around a median or central motif. Third, asymmetrical, flowing composition using organic motif. And last one is multicentric, which is combining multiple units around shared axis. For motif, Iznik ceramic use stylized floral like tulips, carnation, hyacinth, and sas leaf. These are not just decorative, they are abstracted to avoid figure imagery and instead guide spiritual reflection in line with Islamic value. When it comes to technique, artists use underglaze painting, applying pigment before firing and covering them with a clear glaze. This method creates bright and durable finish. Each color has symbolic value. Cobalt blue was spiritual and used as the base. Coral red represents energy. Turquoise stood for calmness, and white gave contrast and clarity. The use of border and frame structure also emphasizes symmetry and direct the viewer's eyes toward the center, which is another important feature in Islamic visual balance. Now, I will walk you through my poster. At the top left, I introduce Iznik's historical background, highlighting its peak during the 15th and 16th century under Ottoman era. The vertical sections are color-coded for clarity. The red column focuses on composition types. The blue section explains motif with illustrated example. In the bottom left, I break down underglaze technique and color layering, where I separated the technical process from the pigments used. The color section used bold icon to show meaning of blue, red, turquoise, and white. On the right bottom, under reflection of Islamic aesthetic, I explain four core values: unity through repetition, infinity through tessellation, abstraction using stylized form, and the last one is order and harmony through precise composition. I also include artwork reference such as tankard and mosque lamp using research from institutions like Harvard Art Museum and Smithsonian and others. If you like to explore the full reference and working process, you can simply scan the QR code at the bottom left of the poster. The layout used symmetry and center alignment to encode the aesthetic principle of Iznik works. Now, I would like to briefly walk you through the working process behind my poster. I begin with data collection, gathering visual reference and information about the artworks and their origins. Once I understood the core elements, I move on to layout ideation, where I experiment with simple background sketches. After comparing a few options, I selected one to refine further. For the design development, I repeated the chosen layout to create a symmetrical composition, adding a split tile effect to highlight the beauty of Iznik patterns. In typography ideation, I mixed traditional and modern font, choosing bold for the title to draw attention and a simpler font for the body to keep it readable. This balance between history and modernity helped me finalize a clean, effective poster that honored the rich heritage while appealing to a contemporary audience. For my design, I chose bold and vibrant color to reflect the spiritual symbolism using in traditional ceramics. The background replicates Thai pattern to give an immersive atmosphere. Typography was selected to stand out yet remain cohesive in Ottoman and Islamic mode. Composition was built around a central axis similar to a unicentric Iznik plate, so viewers naturally focus on the main title and structure. I also use overlay and shadow to create visual depth and guide the eyes across the section logically, from context to technique and finally to reflection. My choice is respectful to the Islamic avoidance of figural imagery, instead highlighting abstraction, balance, and geometric harmony. Through this project, I learned how design in Islamic art is not just about beauty, but about conveying deeper meaning through structure, repetition, and abstraction. One challenge was balancing historical accuracy with visual clarity, but it taught me to be both precise and creative. Ultimately, this composition reflects the spiritual essence of Islamic aesthetic, where every line, motif, colors serve a higher purpose of harmony, unity, and contemplation. Thank you.